Hi, this is Amanda with GIMC, God is My Compass, and this is my first video talking about my experiences. Um, I wanted to share this with you. I went shopping at Ross, which is my favorite store. I love bargain shopping. It's like treasure hunting. It's an ask and you will receive, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open for you. And this just happened to be waiting for me one day when I went shopping at Ross. So it's pretty special to me. In here, I jotted some things about things that have come to me over the years. I was going to talk a little bit about my biological father. My parents got married when I was 2, and I don't remember being younger than that. So they always just told me that my dad, who raised me, was my biological father. And I feel like God put heavy on my heart that he wasn't, especially in my teenage years. So I won't get into that a lot, but when I was 17, I asked, they denied, they went to great extent to hide it. And then when I was 21, they finally admitted it. So God sent me in different directions to different people to kind of find the truth. So that's kind of how I started listening, was going to these different people to put pieces of the puzzle together. And I'm actually writing a book about that, as well as my journey with God. So that's something I'm working on too. But I'm going to talk about my favorite story first. I know I was going to start from the very beginning, so I'm going to go in the middle, kind of jump in the middle. I was a single mom. I was married for only 5 years and divorced. And my son was 2, and we were at the mall. It was a week before Christmas, and we were shopping, and he heard some guys laughing and having a good time, so he ran for me because they sounded more fun. And I went after him, and I saw these 2 guys, and I was like, wow. And sorry. And so there were 2 men there, and really nice, and one I just had this instant connection with. And I'm like, that's weird. I don't even know him. But my son then fell asleep on me, and I needed to finish Christmas shopping, so I took him to Grandma's house so he could finish napping. And I went to another store, and in a distance I saw the same guy. I'm like, oh my goodness. But when I saw him, I had this overwhelming feeling like, that's your soulmate. That's the person you're supposed to be with. He's the one you're meant to be with. It was just overwhelming. And at first I was like, what? Is that some stranger? But anyways, I just was like, okay. But I'm not a forward person, so I wasn't going to go up to him and say, hey, do you remember me? You saw me a minute ago. My son ran over to you. So I left and went to the next store. I was probably shopping longer than him. But then when I parked at the 3rd store and I was getting out of my car, this man was walking with his friend and passed me, and he said, hey, where's your sidekick? And I said, oh, he fell asleep on me, so I took him to Grandma's house. And again, that feeling was just like overwhelming. Like, that is the person you're supposed to be with. And that's all he said. And that's all I said. And then I was teaching classes. I used to teach dance classes, and I went to my studio that night, and I told my sister, and of course my family knows the way that I am about things that come to me. And I said, you know what, I saw my soulmate today. I just know it's him. It was just overwhelming, undeniable feeling. And she said, hey, did he get your phone number? And I said, no. She's like, do you get his? And I'm like, no. I said, but I truly believe that he's my soulmate. It was just something so powerful, I can't deny it. And so about 6.5 months, 7 months later, I was finishing up my degree as a single mom, and I would see this random stranger around campus every so often, but he was always talking to ladies, and like I said, I'm not forward, and I just believed that he was my soulmate. He was the person I was supposed to be with, so I figured I'd just let God do his work, and we'll just see what happens. Well, about a couple weeks after me seeing him all the time on campus, one day he was having lunch with that same friend he was with the day that I saw him, and he called me over and he asked for my phone number. So anyways, that's my favorite story, because again, it took 6.5, 7 months from the day I saw him and had that overwhelming feeling that he was my soulmate, he's the person I was supposed to be with, and here we are today. So we've been married 17 years now, together almost 20 years. So that's my favorite story about things that God has put on my heart. So anyways, tell me what you think. If you have any other stories similar to that about meeting somebody and just knowing something right away, I would love to hear about it. So that's my favorite story. I'll be sharing a lot more stories, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you next time. God bless. Goodbye.